Hi everybody, and welcome to the studio. I'm just going to do a still life of an olive oil bottle. Just sketching it on canvas here. I'm really partial to these longer canvases lately. And I'm going to be start keying in the background here with some warms on the right hand side. And later on you'll see me do some cools on the left. And the ground plane will have interspersed of warm and cool throughout. There I put down the reflection of the bottle. Moving into the background, putting the background through the bottle. As a lot of times the bottle is clear anyway, and it's just going to be touches of highlights and shadows that'll bring out the bottle. And I think I'm going to move into the contents of the bottle, which is olive oil. And usually I go all the way down, but I noticed the value shift at the horizontal plane, so that's why I just went partial. Throwing in some darks there, get the glass like reflections in there. Trying to establish the form of the bottle without actually drawing the bottle or painting the bottle. Put a little bit of the bottom part of the olive oil in now, giving it some different degrees of temperature and shade. We're now working on the cork, trying to get it some form, some dark to light, and making sure it gets warmer as you go to the right and the lighter. Working the bottle, putting the reflections and the shadow down for the bottle on the left hand side, now underneath. Always trying to work for variation, and then the one stroke that will help define the liquid inside. A little bit lights on the bottom, just looking for variation. Here I work on the top of the bottle, just trying to get the lights and darks in. You'll see me rework it a little bit later. A little bit of cools within the bottom, within the floor plane to really accentuate the warms and the neutrals. Always just moving paint around, getting for variation. Now this is where I tried something where I got a little more looser with the coolness in the top left, but of course it affected my cork when it dripped, so I had to rework all that area. So, you know, sometimes you take a risk and you got to rework areas. And so I have to reestablish the lights of the bottle and the darks, going with them a little bit darker, getting the inclusions in the glass, trying to get those to come out. Just kind of keep my edges soft. Reworking the bottle over and over, trying to get the highlights and the reflections and the shadows of it. Keep on playing with that olive oil in the bottle, going back up with the cork, trying to establish the light side of it. Playing with that olive oil again, trying to get a little richer in color, a little more chromatic. And that bottle trying to be a little more subtle in the top area, because the eye will make up the rest, right? You don't have to draw every single aspect of the bottle to make you realize that it's there. And just tweaking the reflections on the floor, trying to clean up that left hand side a little bit. In hindsight I probably should have left it, but what do you do? Rework it, keep on playing with it. Try to keep it a little more smooth so all the painterly effects are in the bottle itself. And here's a detailed shot. You can see the strokes against the canvas. Kind of like these shots. It really shows you how loose and free it is, and the texture really comes out. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.